You might want to pick up your bulletin or a piece of scratch paper in the pew in front of you and a pencil. When you hear the word money, what are the first 5 things you think of? I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to write down the first, or maybe you can stick those in your head, the first 5 things you think of when you hear the word money. And I'm going to ask for your input in 30 seconds. Okay, let's, give me your input. Shout them out. I'm a little hard of hearing, so. Taxes. Bills. Retirement. Say it again. Retirement. Yep, I got health. Anybody else? Food. Shelter. Utilities. Okay, we're going down the bills. Automobiles. Okay, shelter and houses. Children. Okay. Interesting associations. Church? Okay. That's right. We're always talking about money in church, right? Okay. College. Okay, jobs. Good. Anybody else? Comfort. Yep. Savings. Excellent. How are we to think about money and stuff? I mean, we've ranged widely with the things that came to mind. And the language we use when we talk about money shapes how we think about it and how we act with it. Because a common statement is that the church always talks about money. Since we always do, I'm going to take the opportunity to plain talk about money. A number of weeks ago, we talked about the practice of extravagant generosity. But in one session on generosity, there isn't enough time to ask and answer the right questions, the critical questions. So we're going to take the next 3 weeks to do that, to look at the critical questions. And we're going to tackle 3 critical questions. The one we're going to look at today is, to whom does our money and our stuff really belong? Next week, we're going to look at how much money and stuff is enough. And then in 3 weeks, we're going to look at how do we show in practical ways with our money and our stuff that God is Lord of our lives. Those are 3 critical questions that we need to answer as we think about our money and our stuff. So let's get right into the first one. To whom do the material goods and wealth we enjoy belong? Now, I'm not talking about legal rights as we understand them in America, but who truly owns the wealth and the stuff that surrounds us? We basically get 2 answers as we look around us, 2 answers to this question. We get one answer from the culture in which we live, and we get another answer from the faith perspective in which we live. From the orientation of the culture, what does the culture tell us about to whom do the material goods and wealth we enjoy belong? Well, the culture tells us it's all mine. It's all mine. The one who dies with the most toys wins. right? But let me remind you that the one who dies with the most toys is still dead. From the orientation of culture, it's all mine. We're taught that we possess our money and stuff for ourselves, for our enjoyment, for our happiness, for our retirement, for our health, for our great automobiles, for a great education, for really marvelous clothing. We possess our money and stuff for ourselves, and we can do whatever we want with our money and with our stuff. If we give some of our money and stuff away, it's usually to improve our image or to improve our relationships with other people. And that's what we're taught in our culture, that it's okay to give some of our money away if the result is that we're looked at more highly and we can build relationships with folks we love and other folks as well. We can also give gifts to God, and the offerings we give in worship are giving something that belongs to us to God. And God should be grateful for our generosity, right? Our culture tells us it's all mine. We possess our money and stuff for ourselves. The primary metaphor I'd like you to think in for this orientation is consumer. If you fall prey to this orientation and this kind of thinking dominates the way you live, you are a pure consumer. That's the story we get from the culture.